Today we are focusing on a heart-opening yoga flow to help cultivate self-love. To begin, we're going to be doing a Padma Mudra. Bring your hands in front of your heart with the palms together and your fingers curled in like a closed flower bud. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, extend your fingers up. And take another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, open up your fingers as a flower would open up, extending your 3 middle fingers outward, but keeping your pinky and your thumb touching. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose and slowly breathe out through your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. We're going to begin with a child pose and cobra pose flow. So swing your legs underneath you and come up onto your mat. Bring your knees out to the edges of your mat, big toes touching, and push yourself forward to sit on your feet. Drape your forehead forward onto the mat for a wide leg child's pose. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, glide along your mat and push yourself up into cobra, keeping your hips on the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out and push yourself up and back into wide leg child's pose, bringing those toes back together. Breathe in, breathe out, come forward, lengthen out your legs, and push yourself up into cobra. Breathe in, breathe out, push yourself up and back into wide leg child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out, and flow forward into cobra, lengthening out your legs and keeping your elbows bent and your hips on the mat. Breathe in, breathe out, and push yourself up and come back into child's pose. Bring your toes together. Breathe in and breathe out. And glide forward on your mat and up into cobra, lengthening out those legs. Breathe in and breathe out. And push yourself back up into wide leg child's pose. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, push yourself forward, gliding along your mat and come up into cobra. Breathe in, breathe out, and push yourself up and back onto your feet and into child's pose. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, use your hands to push yourself up, lengthen your spine and come up onto all fours in a tabletop pose. Then walk your hands slightly forward. Drape your body down, bring your forehead down to the mat. Lower your elbows down to the mat on either side of your head. Bring the palms of your hands together in prayer and lift them up and over your head in puppy pose. And we're going to hold here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lower your hands down to the mat and use your hands to push yourself up onto all fours. Take your right hand out to the side and then bring it down, gliding along the mat behind your left arm until your right shoulder and ear on the mat. Extend your left hand out to the corner of your mat. You can stay here, or for an extra heart opener, you can bring your left hand up and behind your back. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, and let's hold here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in, And as you breathe out, bring your left hand back down to the mat in front of your face and gently push yourself back up onto all fours. Now for the other side, take your left hand up and bring it underneath and behind your right arm. Extend your right arm out to the corner of your mat. And if you want to bring it up and behind your back, and let's hold here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, bring your right hand onto the mat in front of your face and gently push yourself up onto all fours. Bring your hands forward on your mat and bring your feet out to the edges of your mat. Tuck your toes underneath and push yourself up into downward dog for a downward dog transition. Take a nice deep breath in and bend your left knee and then move your hips forward. Bring your foot forward with you and bring that left foot onto the mat. Step that left foot all the way to the front of the mat. Lower your right knee and foot down onto the mat. Make sure your left knee is above your left ankle. Then bring your hands out to the side and above your head, palms facing each other but not touching. Bring your hands as far back as you can comfortably go, forming a C with your body. And let's hold here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, bring your hands together and pray above your head, and then bring them down to in front of your heart. Twist your body to the left so that you can bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee, and look up and over your left shoulder, and let's hold here for a few breaths. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, release your hands, straighten your body, and come down with your hands to the mat. Tuck that back toes in and bring your front foot back into a down dog for transition on the other side. So lift your knee on the right and bring your right foot forward. Drop your left knee and foot down to the mat. Right knee in line above your right ankle. Bring your arms out to the side and up and above your head. Bring your hands as far back behind you as you can go, forming a C with your body, and let's hold here for a few breaths. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, bring your hands together in prayer and down in front of your heart. Twist your body now to the right. Bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Twist and look up over your right shoulder, and let's hold here for a few breaths. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lift up your body, face forward, bring your hands down to the mat, bring your front foot back, tuck those back toes in, and push yourself down into down dog. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths, gently pushing yourself back through the palms of your hands and lengthening out the backs of your legs. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lower your knees down to the mat. Swing your legs out to the side and come to sit onto the mat. Make sure that you are sitting centered to your mat. Keep your knees bent, feet flat on the mat. Bring yourself down onto your elbows and bring your legs out, straighten out your legs, and then take your hands and bring them underneath your hips and your glutes so that you are sitting on your hands with your elbows bent. Make sure your feet are tense and 90 degrees towards the mat and point your toes towards you. Roll your head backwards so that you can come down and rest the top of your head on the mat while staying propped up on your elbows. Only from the hips down to your feet on the mat and the top of your mat. Your chest and body are lifted up off of the mat in fish pose, and we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, raise your head and bring your arms out from underneath you. Then lower yourself down to the mat. Lift your feet up and bring the bottoms of your feet together and then lower them down to the mat, letting your knees fall open and apart in a supine butterfly. Then take your hands up and out to the sides in a T, and then bend your arms up at the elbows and then let them fall down back with the backs of your hands on the ground, palms facing up for cactus arms. And we're going to hold here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, bring your arms down and use them to lift up your knees. Hug your knees into your chest for a moment. Then lengthen out your legs and let's get ready for Savasana, final resting pose. So let your feet fall apart naturally, your shoulders away from your ears, arms at your side, palms facing up. Closing affirmation for day 12. My heart is open, my spirit is free, and I embrace myself with love and compassion. Come back to the room, take a long deep breath in, and as you breathe out, wriggle your fingers and toes, move your head from side to side. When you are ready, bend your knees, roll over onto your side, and use your hands to push yourself up into a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me today, and know that I appreciate you. hands in front of your heart in prayer. Go well. Namaste.